Okay, welcome to the second walkthrough of the mind map. Maybe after the first walkthrough, you're wondering why we have a mind map. Well, I found that a mind map really allows you to visually look at what's ahead of you or what you have planned. I use mind mapping for scripts all the time. I use mind mapping for writing. It's a great way to really organize your thoughts. So, the mind mapping piece of software that I use is Vue. That's VUE, and it's made by Tufts University. It's free for OS X, Windows, Linux, and it's a great little piece of software. And that's what I use to make this mind map. Now, the mind map that we're going to look at today is the second half of the complete mind map for the class. So if you were to visually write out for this class exactly what you're reading, what you're doing, the themes, the homework, everything, this is what it looked like. So the first mind map, the one right above me, is just kind of an overall look at the themes. This mind map that we're going to take a look at is it's what we do every week. And now it is subject to change. So if you look at the mind map and download it, it's the first download right above me. That should change through the semester. And if it doesn't, or if it does or doesn't, don't worry about it. It's the mind map is mainly for the first part, the first couple weeks of class when you're trying to grasp some of these things, and it's also to reflect back at what you learned. Specifically, this walkthrough or this section, the right-hand section of this mind map, you'll really get to see week by week what we're going to do and talk about. So let's take a look. The mind map's separated into themes, dates, and assignments. So if you were to look at this horizontally, everything every week is represented by a column. Okay, and the reason why this isn't completely structured, week by week by week in columns and organized, because some of these things kind of work together. Now, what you'll recognize is from the first mind map walkthrough, this class was split up into themes and topics. Now I pulled those themes and topics over, and now you can see which themes and topics are going to be talked about week by week. So basically, they were just dragged over and split up into the weeks. So let's take a look at which themes we're going to look at. I'm going to zoom into themes for week one. Themes for week one are we're going to talk about an overview, but we're also going to talk about new media timelines. Okay, we're going to have a reading, and in this new media timeline, we're going to talk about discussion boards, and you guys are going to need to write a short little essay on 10 of the most notable things that you saw in this. But as we go through, we'll see that week two, we have we're going to be talking about traditional media. Okay, specifically these three traditional media pieces, a little bit of history, and broadband penetration. Now, before that, you're going to want to, when I say brush up on traditional history, brush up on new media history, these are some of the things that you're going to want to, just do some web searches and kind of get a general understanding of what we're talking about before the class starts. Take 10 minutes, and you can brush up on it and really understand what we're talking about in each class. So, you'll see the themes: traditional media in week two, non-traditional media in week three, platforms, and it just goes up from there. Now, the dates is obvious. The dates are week by week. Some of these things might be switched around depending on where we are in the class. Sometimes an online class can learn a lot quicker. Sometimes it learns a lot slower. So the class will be modified based on how I feel you guys are really keeping up or exceeding my expectations, which I know you will be. Now, if you look down at the assignments, this is what I think is really going to help you guys as students out, trying to understand how the assignments are connected and what's due when, and what type of visual timeline you have. So if I give you an assignment that's not due for 3 or 4 weeks, you'll see that the draft is due the next week, and then the final is due the week after that, and so on and so forth. So you'll see that in the PDF there's a web links in here to take you to the readings. We do not have a book in this class, so but you're going to have to buy a camera, of course. You probably, hopefully, know that already. But these links are web links and PDF links that actually take you straight to the readings. So you could almost use this just to go to the readings, okay? And some of them are filled in, some of them aren't. You know, the thing with topics online is that things are changing so quickly that a lot of these readings are, you know, as current as I can find them. So if there has been a major development in 6 months, I want you guys to be able to recognize that major development and see why things are the way they are. So you can click on these links, and this should be updated throughout the semester. But remember that this is not the core syllabus. This is something to help you. This is not the Bible of the class. The assignments, the weekly assignments, are the Bible of the class. Everything that's on the website is the Bible of the class. Any calendar that I give you, even the calendars that are over here under Start Here, aren't necessarily going to hold throughout the semester, of course. Just like any class. So you'll see that the assignments vary and what they look like. Some of these assignments are connected because they're all the same assignment. You have to do them every week. So create a YouTube post in week 3, create a Vimeo post in week 4, create a Facebook or MySpace post in week 5, upload to any site for week 6. Then we have a DMCA assignment that's also assigned at week 5. Where rough draft is due next week, and the final draft is due the week after that. And hopefully you guys see that these are correlating and how they all work. Now you'll see this really big line here that starts on week 1. We have this semester-long assignment. That's this YouTube contest. Where I really want you guys to create videos that people watch. You know, there's no reason to create things if people aren't going to get their eyes on it. And you know, some people would say that that's a good idea to have your stuff watched. Some people not so much, but you know, hopefully during the semester you learn some of the things that it takes to be an online broadcaster, to be a webcaster, you know, to realize and understand that you're not just, you know, you are not just a slave to NBC, ABC, and CBS. You can create your own content, put it out there, but this trick is to get people to actually look at it. Okay, and if it's good, then they'll come back and look at it again. Trust me. So we have this semester-long YouTube contest that we're going to check in during the midterms, and this big red block is midterms right here. But you know, we'll start looking at viral videos. You have a viral video, a bigger project that's going to take about 4 weeks to do. You also have additional reading towards the end of the semester as we go into the final. Now you'll see that the last couple weeks are to be determined. This is kind of our buffer zone. We talk about things that weren't necessarily an issue at the beginning of the semester. I guarantee you that we're going to be discussing things that are created after we start the class. A lot of this stuff goes week by week, especially the DMCA, copyright law, what funny videos, interesting things that happen on the internet, and overall changes in society because of this thing called the internet. So we'll save that for the very end, and we'll have some time to do that. Plus, on the week 15 before the final, I like to do a review session and just keep it nice and wide open, and we can take a look at if you guys have any questions. So, but that's much later on. And so download the PDF of the mind map so you can get a better understanding. And again, realize that you can zoom in and out. And if you have any questions, you know, just let me know.